And also, you know, the legend Pablo Picasso already saying that art is already removing from you the dust of the day, because art is a universal language. Painting is the application of pigments to support surface and establishes an image, design, or even a decoration. You know, art can be everything all around, because in the centuries before, especially in Rome, it was the language for everything, because that time there is no photos that time. So I'd like to welcome our guest today, Mr. Philip Campbell. He's a creative artist. Hello and good morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here in this place, and it's so nice to see you all. It's so nice.
It is wonderful to have you with us, and as well as the language that Abdulaziz just said, and we said of emotions. So, Mr. Philip Campbell, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I've been in this country for a very long time. I've been raised here. I went in the school here in Kuwait, and I've been painting from my childhood. And as I grew, so I felt like I should not give up on my talent that I have. So I have continued this talent, and from the hobby it's become now profession actually.
Wow. From a hobby to a profession, Abdulaziz.
And we will see your photos during in the off-air. You see the things you're already painting to reflect about our culture from the seaside, even the desert sides. Even in the interview, you're going to show us to the viewers later. But now, because we are very enthusiastic and eager to know you more, so you will say from beginning until you become a professional. So when did you start your career?
Basically, I started my career last 10 years. But before that, I was just with my hobby. But last 10 years, I've improvised on my painting skills, and there was a lot of support from the fans and people in Kuwait. Such a great support, and that encouraged me to do more. And I saw that there were less artists around in Kuwait, so that's why I felt like, you know, we need to encourage people of Kuwait and everybody around here to do more of art. And thanks God, there's a lot of art movement happening around now in this generation, you know. So we see a good move of art happening in this country. So it's a great thing actually.
Well, that is marvelous, Abdulaziz.
And also yesterday, last Sunday, because you already see the growth of art, we like to thank the NCCAL, the National Council, about the opening about we call the modern museum.
That's right.
For the annual and even a daily exhibition, so for solo exhibition for artists, even the music, Emil.
Yes, indeed, Abdulaziz. And Mr. Philip, I know that a lot of us have hobbies since we were children. Some of us would collect stamps, some would have a little bit of painting here and there. So what exactly attracted you to the painting hobbies? Because as boys, let us be frank here, we know
Not
that
too much,
boys well, a little bit.
I am a lawyer.
Well, I think boys would go out and play football and go all of those cars, but painting, this is special.
Yes, this is an inborn talent. It's not that, you know, I have just acquired. So I have continued with this. I felt like as I was growing and doing the painting, it was like giving me, like, it was a stress buster basically. Okay. It was relaxing. It was like a therapeutic basically, especially watercolors. When it comes to watercolors, this is a beautiful medium actually. It's a little complex, like considering many artists, they'll look at it as, but that's where I come in. Like, I teach watercolors. And I help people to, you know, make the watercolors look easier. I mean, how to go about it, how to paint. I give all the beginners tutorials about it. So it's a very beautiful medium if you try it. It's very therapeutic, and it's many people are aware of this medium actually.
Yes, exactly, because sometimes I try with acrylic, but the watercolor, it's more difficult for me.
It's the watercolor needs too much effort. Some of types of specific brushes, but I already saw your photos already, so why usually, because you already mentioned about the medium, so why usually tend to use a specific medium in your paintings? What is your vision?
That's the beauty about watercolor. It doesn't stay in one place. It just moves around.
It
spreads. So basically, the artist is not in control of that. The painting is taking control of the things around him. So that's what I like, the movement about it, the way it flows, the way it just moves around, and it gives what you have in your mind is different. And what is actually happening on the paper, watercolor paper, is totally different. It turns out to be different, and it's like more like adventure basically. Unlike acrylic or oil, you're dead sure that you're going to pick up this paint and that color is going to be there.
Yes.
But unlike watercolor is like you have thought of like, okay, this red I'm picking up and I'm putting on the yellow mark. It's going to be turning orange. So that is like, oh wow, I did not expect that. So there's like adventure to this. That's what I feel about this watercolors.
And also the good thing about the paintings, painting is not a photo.
Yes.
So it used to be something not like accurate.
Indeed.
This is my point of view, Amal.
Right.
Well, I think this is the right view, Abdulaziz, because, and as Mr. Phillips just said, if we are starting with a color, but on watercolors, you will never know where are you going.
Yes.
We can see as well, there is a great photo beside you, and as well on the TV. These are, you are pointing and painting here the Sukshard, isn't it?
Yes, that is Sukshard. This is a Suk al-Mubarak here. I like to do plein air, like going into places and painting, just not from the reference, from the photo. I can sit at home and do that, but going and painting in the places is totally different. It
So
gives
this
you,
is the inspiration?
yes, the places in Kuwait are like, it has heritage value, the traditional, like Suk al-Mubarak, Sadu House,
Yes.
and Kuwait Towers, of course. And these locations I've been and I've painted over there. And it's, you know, it's a different thing when you do plein air. It's like you're capturing the essence of the place, you know.
Okay.
So
we can see Sadu House here, Abdulaziz.
Yeah, sure. He already mentioned about the Sadu House, but I want Emil to show it, or maybe the camera on me now. Okay.
Yes.
See, the painting they're already showing here, the watercolor, it's his painting. See, his work about when he doing something about our history, about our culture, from the seaside and even about the desert side. He already put his painting in the calendars.
2022, this is the new calendar,
Yes,
Abdulaziz. So this is the new calendar of 2022, and it has the essence of Kuwait, the
Right.
Sadu House. And I think there are more photos inside,
yes, that's
pictures,
13
yes?
images. 13 images.
13.
Yes. 13.
Can you talk to us a little bit about what inspired you to do the calendar?
Yes, I come from the land of great heritage, tradition, values, that is India. So we have these values in us, and I try to find these values in this country, that is Kuwait. It's such a big, great country, you know, and it has faced so many challenges, and it's a big, it's a great nation. And over here there are so many heritage and traditional places, landmarks basically. So when I go there, I feel that I'm connected to these places. You know, I see the people moving in these places, and that's what I want to encourage the generation, the people of this country, and you know, to come to these places and see the values of these places and heritage, be connected to these places. You know, so this is what you know, I want to give a explanation when I reach
this
these
is Al
places.
Mubarakiya.
Yeah, this is Suk al-Mubarak.
And you got that angle where you can have the bisht and all those down souks.
Yes, that's right.
It's near Kishk Mubarak,
Yes.
right?
Yes, yes.
Nice.
So-
So I am so sorry for interrupting you.
It's okay.
I see already, because we already have a look on your calendar in the off air, I see something about you already did something about Beit al-Sha'r, about Bedouins, like welcoming place. You put also painting about the tents.
Yes.
So what inspired you to painting even about the desert culture in Kuwait?
Desert culture. It is such a great cultural value that, you know, yet today people they go and spend time in that kind of environment, you know. So as my friends, they were there actually, and so I felt like, you know, to capture them rather than just taking a photo, but when they were sitting, and so I felt like to sketch them quickly.
I think it's
Yeah.
this one, right?
Yes, this
These are your friends?
These are my friends actually, but this is also taken from a photo reference from Abu Abdullah. He's a very famous photographer.
Yes.
Also, yeah. So I want to give reference credit to his photograph also.
Wow.
So yeah, so when I go and you know, paint in the tent, you know, how the people are sitting, how the gentlemen are sitting, they're having chai and they're enjoying their evening, you know. It's a total different when you do it with your hand, you know. Yes, of course, photography does a fantastic job, but when you do it with your hand, you're trying to capture and enjoy that whole environment actually.
Okay, I have something in my mind. Sorry for interrupting you, because it gives me too many
Today,
questions.
Aziz is taking my questions, but
Only
I
this
know
time.
he's passionate.
Yeah,
He can take it.
Because I am passionate also in the painting. So
Right.
what inspired you to go to paint this time? Because I want to see when you accomplish something like a calendar and already published now, how do you feel now? Like your paintings, people can handle it in their homes.
Yes, first of all, doing a plein air, like going in places and painting, it's a challenge. Sometimes they're atmospheric, like it's hot, it's heat, sometimes very cold, but I still take up my whole toolkit and, you know, my gear. I go and paint over there, although no matter how hot it is, but it's my passion to do that. So I do that. And there was a great demand for my paintings from many of the fans and friends around. So that's where I felt like, you know, I need to make copies of this, and just not make copies and give it, but put it into calendar so that it can go on anybody's wall. I mean, in your wall, I mean, in your house, or even in a bedroom probably, it's fine, because it doesn't have any company logo or something like that.
Nice.
So it's pretty suitable, you know. And well, you can once the year gets over, you can cut it out and put it in a frame, so it can be like, you know, like a.
This is what I do all the time in the calendars that I have. If there is any wonderful photos in them, I would cut and just frame them and put them on the wall, because it has something of a passion and essence of the man or the woman who had drawn it.
And most of all, it's about Kuwait.
Yes, it is. It is my own land and
yes,
country. Mr. Philip,
yes.
I know that you have attended a lot of events and exhibitions. Have you had your own exhibition?
I did. That was a very long time ago. That was in 2012. That was in Dar Al Fanoon. Okay. So Miss Lucille, she let me have a. It was not a solo, but it was together. But
nice.
to have an event in Dar Al Fanoon, it was a great thing. And yeah, so even in Sadu House, they let me exhibit my art. Yes, and I was also runner-up in the competition Sadi, S-A-D-I, in Sadu House also.
Yes.
And so yes, there were a lot of platforms that Kuwait has given me, such a great love that I've received from this country, and I'm really grateful to the citizens and the expats of this country, really such a great love.
Well, we are proud of a lot of the hobbies that you have and the career that you are aiming to, and profounding us with such marvelous views of Kuwait, Abdul Aziz.
And also, I know I like to give him more questions, because I already stole something
No,
from
you can have no.
Okay, you speak about something about your solo exhibition long time ago.
Yes.
You have something planning to do a new solo exhibition in the future? Now everything is coming normal now.
Yes, Nia, first of all, you know, it's such a great thing. Everything is opened up, and we have to thank, we really want to thank Ministry of Information. And police department and the medical and the Ministry of Health. Yes. They have done such a great effort to fight this COVID situation, and we all are out from that actually. Such a great thing, you know. And so definitely in near future, as we see the exhibitions are coming up, and hopefully surely there'll be an event. You'll get to hear about it.
Aziz, which one is your month? Pick the picture of your month.
Okay, so you'll give him a question until you get
yes, until you get us with the month, the photo of your month. I know that you are portraying or copying or giving us paintings about the heritage of Kuwait.
That's right.
And I know that Indian heritage has a lot of richness in it. And the Kuwait and India has so many similarities in their heritage. Yes. So did that really affect or inspire you a little bit?
Yes, a lot actually. There was a lot to be connected to. You know, there's so many things that connected me to these two traditions. And there's so much of good bond between these two countries, you know. That's what I see, and that's what made me come up with this idea of, you know, going and painting the heritage places, just not, you know, like other things. I do paint about that also, like still life and portraits, but this is my main theme, painting about heritage of Kuwait.
Well, Abdulaziz, have you got your painting?
Yes.
Can we see it?
Yeah, sure. This is for our dear viewers. This is the place, we call it south of Mubarakiya. We have a nickname, we call it Somu. Yes. It's like we call it for the young people, we call it the empowerment for the entrepreneurs in Kuwait.
And you know, July is the month of Abdulaziz, and yes, this really represents you, all greens and vibrant.
Thank you, and you also more positive as well. So let's talk about something else all the time. I see when you come here, your wife with you, would like to we can congratulate her and welcome her in our show to take photos of you. It's like glimpses. So who's supporting you? It's like who's supporting you here in Kuwait?
In Kuwait, first of all, are my fans, which on my social media, the Kuwait citizens, of course, and so much of great love that I've received from them. Such a great support that that I've come to this stage where I've thought like, you know, converting my hobby to my career now. So because of this support, yes, I really thank all the people of this country. Of course, my wife, she manages my things, all the artwork. Yes.
The more of your artwork, so you have a place to put them or not?
Alhamdulillah, thank God that, you know, I have a place. So she manages very well. So in our apartment, basically, I don't have a studio yet. Soon to be working towards that. I have my website though. So she manages everything in a sense when it comes to events and organizing the paintings, the pricing, and communicating with the customers. And so it's going on that way. So
before we continue. Last time I see already photo of Sheikha Hale, already the president of a diplomatic women committee. That day I was there when you already published about your painting.
Right,
she already gave you the honor.
I did see you.
So it's a pleasure, Emil.
Well, every man, as we say, has a great woman behind him to support him in his career. Yes. And this is woman empowerment for Abdulaziz. So we know, thank you very much, Mr. Philip Campbell, for being here with us, giving us all of those glimpses of the passion that you really aspire in your paintings. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
There is a last message we would like to send to the viewers or the next generations.
Yes, sure, definitely. I would like to encourage the younger generation to not give up on your dreams. Keep up with your talent that you have. No matter what talent it is, not necessarily it has to be painting, it can be even dancing, singing, whatever you have. Build it up, don't give up on your dream, and yes, that's what we need, because this coming fourth generation is going to be all mechanics and computerized and digitalized.
Okay.
But when you hold on to your handicrafts and the value of this is going to be really high in due course of time. So do not give up on your talents.
Well, Abdulaziz, never, this is a message, never give up on your dreams. That's a great message.
We will not give up on our dreams because we believe in what we are doing. That's why we are here all this
That's
evening.
what we're here for.
We'd like to thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much. Really, thank you so much.
Well, we had with us here in the studio of Sunshine Mr. Philippe Campbell, a creative artist who shared a little glimpse of the art that he gives us from Inspiration Heritage of Kuwait, as well as a little bit of the nowadays. How about a quick break? Then continue the sunshine.
Lovely start, but the day may prove to be a disaster. Mother, help me! Your speed in calling the operations make a difference. Ensure that you have the swimming skills. Check the weather and avoid places unsuitable for swimming. Put on a safety vest and avoid swimming alone.
Well, back with you, dear viewers. Please take care of your children, because nowadays it is not suitable to leave them alone. And thank you for the Fire Force for being there for us. And as well, now from Fire Force, from paintings to anything else, we know that renewable energy is something of a must. The sustainable energy that is really the future of all generations and all countries. So how about we watch this report about renewable energy and then get back to you.
From a colossal wind farm floating amid ocean waves to hundreds of solar panels built on a dammed reservoir, Portugal is exploring ways to boost renewable energy. We are 11 miles off the coast of Viana do Castelo in northern Portugal, where 3 offshore wind turbines are being mounted on gigantic yellow floating structures and anchored with chains to the bottom of the Atlantic.
At the moment, it's one of the largest offshore floating wind farms of the world.
Jose Pinheiro is the project director of Windfloat Atlantic, a consortium which includes France's ENGIE, Portugal's EDP Renováveis, Repsol and Principal Power.
The project is 25 megawatt. Each unit is 8.4 megawatt. So that's one of the largest wind turbines available in the market.
Pinheiro sees it as a game changer, not only for Portugal, but for the world. Around 70% of Portugal's electricity generated comes from renewable sources. Bathed in sunshine all year and washed by the Atlantic Ocean, Portugal is seen by many as the perfect spot to capture energy from a cocktail of natural resources, including sun, wind and water. Solar parks and wind turbines have become part of Portugal's landscape years ago. Mass use of such projects may still be too pricey, but the country could stand to benefit when costs ease. Installing turbines in deep sea, where winds are strong, allows it to harness more energy than the conventional structures onshore. But challenges persist. Building offshore is expensive.
The cost of the project I cannot disclose. I'm not allowed to. But what I can tell you is that as this is an innovative technology, is making its way through the path of levelized cost of energy being more attractive, more competitive. Eventually, they will mature enough to be more cost effective, and that will bring large-scale offshore wind farms floating to our horizon.
A 2-hour drive from Viana do Castelo, more floating solutions are being put to test. Portugal's largest utility, EDP, installed a total of 840 solar panels on the waters of the Alto Rabagal Dam in 2017. Local EDP director Nuno Gage.
Estamos aqui a aproveitar uma fonte de energia que é o sol, complementar neste caso a água, ou seja, sabemos que nas alturas de mais sol temos menos água, portanto temos aqui uma complementaridade entre estas duas fontes energéticas, água e sol, que efetivamente potenciam este tipo de projetos e ajudam ao que perguntou e ao caminho da sustentabilidade e de termos uma sociedade descarbonizada.
You see already a report about we call it the future thing about the energy, renewable energy. Even it's one of the pillars of Kuwait to 2035. It's our pillars for the sustainable development, because we have a project at Al Shigaya. It's for the new energy. We have a new sourcer. We have too many things to share with you, dear viewers, because the next year we have speaking about the developments. Even you see in KTV1 and all KTV channels, you will see something about the new Kuwait, the new things. This is our new slogan, Amal.
Yes, indeed. We have like the pillars, the 7 pillars of renewable Kuwait, that is sustainable, going to the sustainable energy as well as environment, as well as much more. The development wheel is running now in Kuwait, and it is heading for the target of sustainable Kuwait, and that is reaching really a great eras. We can see in the Shdadia University as well in the smart buildings they have there.
And the good thing is already starting of the college there, the Kuwait University,
yes.
Shdadia. We already have like our colleagues before we interviewed them, we take photos of them. You see their joy, the students are happy.
And have you seen the building, Abdulaziz? It's called smart buildings to reserve energy and not like just waste it. And this is the future of Kuwait, such as universities, as well as a lot of pavilions, a lot of platforms we have nowadays that are going toward the sustainable energy. Houses are more into that. We can see, if you were on the rings and the roads, the highways, you can see some houses have those windmills in them.
And also in addition, in Jabr al-Ahmed area, I see the new houses, the sustainable energy houses, near the KMPC petroleum station there. You will see the houses distributed all for the new houses, sustainable energies there. And even the parking, it's already a source of.
And something else I have noticed as well, that some of the lamps on the street, if we are moving here and there, they have the renewable energy as the solar system. They work on solar systems.
Especially the jogging areas.
Yes, you have seen them, Abdulaziz. So this is what we are aiming to preserve energy, to move toward the future in preserving energy, sustainable energy, and do something good for our environment. Well, I think this episode was really rich, Abdulaziz, with so many subjects that have core in them.
And also, we'd like to greet you, we'd like to thank you for watching us today. Hope you enjoyed our segments, our distinguished guests from Sri Lanka, ambassador, even about the paintings, about the also what?
UN, HCR, and the refugees, and how they help hand in hand to give more. Giving more, this is the essence of each and every one of us, because we are all humans on this earth. And I think this is a wrap for the sunshine today. But don't worry, we will be with you tomorrow from 9 till 10:30. For now, from me, Amal Mullah, and Abdulaziz, we are gonna say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.